difference that the intervention made in that kid and in that family. Usually a kid had a problem, there was some other problem in the family, a grandparent with a major drinking problem or other problems like that. And then direct intervention has really turned those lives around and those families around. It's just really rewarding. The last piece I thought we could do was to start talking about it publicly, to start working with anybody who will work with us. And so we started a citizen coalition about a year ago this time. And I put out the call to anybody whose email I had that was remotely interested in this topic and said, show up at CUNA Mutual on Mineral Point Road a year ago, and the place was flooded. Literally 100 people from every walk of life, from moms and dads or people who had problems, to nurses, to doctors, to the head of the emergency room at UW Hospital who showed up and said, I've had it. We got to do something about this. And so that's the coalition that's now been working for the last year on a whole variety of fronts to try to make a difference. With then individual communities also stepping up and forming coalitions. Deerfield, Oregon, McFarland, Stoughton, to mention a few, are also starting their own local coalitions of teachers and parents and civic leaders who are saying, let's do something, and they're particularly taking on the underage drinking problem. But let me conclude there with the last thought, which is all of this behavior is learned behavior. There's nothing about our too much drinking in Wisconsin that is foisted on us by anybody except ourselves. I remember once as Gary said, I have this fabulous son who's now 28 and the light of my life, and most of the years that I raised him, I was a divorced mom, and so I remember once when he was about 7 or 8, and he wasn't listening to me. Only once did he, of course, and he never not listened to me. And as a divorced mom would do when she was very frustrated with her child, what do? I called my mom. So I called my mom in Walking Shell, Mom, he won't listen to me. And she said, well, of course not, darling, you didn't listen to me. and I said, no, that wasn't helping. Not helping, Mom. And then she said, of course, in her wise Irish way, she said, it isn't what you tell your children that teach them, it's how you get up and live your life every day. Got it. So the hope here, and the reason I believe we can change these statistics, is because it is us. It is how we act. It's how we get up every day in our lives. It's what we do on Friday nights and Sunday mornings. And that's why we can change this. And I know because we have done other harder things. My father smoked a pack of Camels every day of his adult life. That look at the statistics in smoking and how that has changed over the last 20 and 30 years. The environmentalist, I'm sure most of us are in this room. If you had told me 30 years ago that all of us would trot out to our garbage cans every Thursday morning and sort garbage, I'd say you're crazy. And we all do it now like lemmings, right? So these are things that look tough and big and hard to change, but we've done harder things. And there is just so much at stake. And so I'm